Good evening and welcome to Dr. Paul S. Hill Jr. Stadium on the campus of Thornton Academy. I'm Zach Tarenko alongside Jeff Cushenberry here on TATV, bringing you girls field hockey action between the home team, the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans, and the away team, the Gorham Rams. This is also our first broadcast of the sports season of 2022-2023, but also of the fall season here at Thornton Academy, and we are very excited to get this one going. Coming into this game, TA is 1-1. They started the season with a 8-0 loss to the reigning state champions, the Chevrolet Stags. Then a nice win over Bonnie Eagle last week, 5-0. Looking to get back in that win column. Gorham, on the other hand, is 0-1 with only one game played this year in a double overtime loss to Scarborough, which is a great game. Jeff, looking at both teams, I think they both really want to get a nice win here. The weather was not too great today. It started to clear up a little bit. Should be going between these two teams.
Yeah, it is. This is an interesting challenge here for the Trojans. You mentioned their first game of the season. Not so great, but Chevrolet, again, they are loaded, and they're by far the favorites to you see that scoreline, you're like, whoa, what happened? They're by far the favorites to go back to the state championship and win it, along with Skowhegan, of course. And then obviously coming back with a nice victory the other day. So this is a good challenge. I mean, Gorham traditionally has a decent team. They don't always, they always give a tough battle. I remember, back when I covered Chevrolet, gosh, it was almost 10 years ago. Like, Gorham was always that team that was very scrappy. They play on grass, which is a little bit different. At least they used to. I don't know if they do now. Pretty sure they're all grass up at Gorham still. But good challenge here early on, as you mentioned. A little bit chilly for sure, but the rain hasn't rained for a few hours, so the field shouldn't be too slick as well. And one thing for Thornton Academy is, they're bringing back quite a lot of talent from last year. They have some new players as well, a couple of international students that we may get to. But one particular player that has quite an honor that was announced just a day ago.
Yeah, just yesterday, Zoe Pennell, a senior midfielder for the Trojans, verbally committed to the D2 school, St. Anselm's, which is a very prestigious D2 school. They've always been a very big powerhouse for field hockey, and definitely well-deserved for Zoe Pennell. Has had some great seasons here at Thornton Academy. Maybe not always in the stat column, but the way that she plays, controlling the midfield, has been great for Thornton Academy. And again, this is her senior season, so great for her to be verbally committed to St. A's. And not a very it's rare to see players get the chance to play at the college level. So it's always great to shout them out and make sure people hear about it, because it is a very rare and very amazing achievement for the player.
Yeah, it definitely is. And again, as you mentioned, she doesn't always fill up the stat sheet, but she's just one of these players that you see, and we saw her, as a freshman, sophomore, and you just knew that she had it. You know what I mean? In the field hockey, again, it's a very difficult game to play. And there's certain players that just seem like it's just effortless, and she's always been that player. Coach Smith has given her a lot of opportunities, which is one of the great things about field hockey, is a lot of these players get opportunities as young as freshmen, sophomores. I know she's been recruited. I hope to make a little tape maybe last year. Just a fantastic player, as you can see her warming up here now, back on the field. And again, St. Anselm's Hawks will be getting a great player and a great student athlete as well. So congrats to Zoe Pennell on that one. As we hit about the 5-minute mark, we're going to take a quick break here as we get ready for the first half action. Again, it's the opening game of the 2022-2023 sports season here on Thornton Academy TV.
Hey, Dan. How's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
We are back here after that short break, and we want to quickly thank some of our sponsors who are with us again this year on TATV. We want to thank Packwell and Carroll Insurance, Saco Benefit Savings, as well as the Webb Family Law Firm for hosting our pregame, halftime, and postgame show. If you have any trouble here in the early fall season, I know it gets rainy sometimes. You might have some issues, might need some help. You can always call the great people at the Webb Family Law Firm. Some great people over there. We also want to plug in our podcast that we do as well, Trojan Talk, which we are going to, I believe, record in the next few days, the first episode of this year, episode 28. Super excited to get back into that. Obviously, lots to talk about with all the sports here at TA getting back into action, as well as the NFL season getting back into it. We'll see how the Patriots do. I don't know.
Ugh, terrible.
I'm thinking
terrible.
I'm thinking of 5-12.
I don't know about that bad, but they're not going to be over 500. But that's. But on the local scene, we've had some good starts for some of these teams. Of course, football got a big win over Scarborough last Friday night. But a big matchup coming up against Oxford Hills on Saturday right here at Hill Stadium. What are your first thoughts on that? I mean, Oxford Hills comes in, we beat them in the state championship last year, but by most accounts, they return a lot of players. Thornton Academy does not return that whole lot of players. What do you see for that game, and what is Thornton Academy going to have to do to come out with a victory, honestly, even keep it close?
Well, I think definitely going into that game versus Scarborough, a lot of people were looking to see how TA was going to look. Again, one of the big things, at least in my eyes, was the entire offensive line and entire defensive line last year was all seniors. They lost all of that, a lot of their receivers, and as well as their star quarterback, Jack Emerson. So they need to fill some roles. They did a really good job. Ryan O'Keefe is a very good quarterback for them, and Hayden Whitney obviously shining at running back. It's going to be a big game versus Oxford Hills. Obviously, Elias Soren, the star QB for Oxford Hills, had a great game versus Coney. They won 42-6 last week, so it's going to be a big matchup. If TA can win that one, I think it'll put a lot more reinforcement behind them that they can really get back there. But I think no matter what happens, they're going to have a great season, and I'm very excited to watch that game. And we'll be doing that game on Saturday, a big game here at Hill Stadium.
Yeah, girls soccer, boys soccer also kind of been mixed results so far as they kind of get some new players. Boys soccer, of course, always has a lot of international students. It takes a little bit of time for everyone to adjust on that front. So we'll definitely have some games. We have a big week ahead here. So we have tonight's game, obviously a field hockey. Tomorrow night is
boys soccer versus
tomorrow day, actually. I think it's in the afternoons at 4:30.
4:30. Yep. And then we have girls soccer on Thursday night at 6:30 versus Falmouth.
And then Oxford Hills. That's 4 games 1 week.
Wow.
We're getting right into the season. Our hope is to do, I think we have about 16 or 17 regular season games here in the fall. We try to stack them up here. We try to do our best to cover as many sports as we can. Some are easier than others. The fall season just kind of lends itself to covering quite a bit because almost every sport participates here. Volleyball, we'll try to get into one of those as well. We'll take a look at their schedule and see. I know they had a tough loss there to, I think it was Deering or Marshwood the other day. I took a few pictures of that. But again, early season, early days. One thing, too, that we'll start looking at as we get some of our other broadcasts is looking at the playoff structure, because I'm pretty sure in most sports now they've gone back to what it used to be, whereas a certain percentage of teams make the playoffs, not everybody.
Yep.
And for COVID reasons, they had a lot of teams, pretty much everyone making the playoffs, which we've talked about on the air many times, didn't always make a lot of sense. One thing also, Zach, we can talk about, and we will talk about on the podcast as well sometime, but also here is officiating and the lack of officials that, especially in field hockey, if anybody's been looking at Press Herald, other local news outlets, the officiating shortage is real, and they've had to move some games, not just for field hockey, but football as well. I saw a couple games, like it was a Wyndham game that got moved to Thursday night because they just didn't have enough officials. So it's an issue going forward, and it's really tough to find officials. So if you're out there and you're thinking, hey, I want to officiate any one of these sports, I mean, you can always contact the MPA, Principal Association, and make a little cash on the side. I always like to feel like I would do it if I was doing this job and covering a lot of games. Now some sports maybe not so much because tough for the fans. But just a reminder, if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us, we have a lot of options where you can watch us. So if you're on Facebook, you can watch us on Thornton Academy. Facebook.com/Thornton Academy. Also on our YouTube page at youtube.com/Thornton Academy Trojans. You can also watch us on Twitter if you're on the road at TA Trojan Sports. But also one underutilized, Zach, and I know some of your friends have watched it, some of mine have too.
Yep.
If you have an Apple TV, a Roku, or an Amazon Fire TV, like I do, I have one of those at home, you can watch us on your big screen TV right in your house by using the Boxcast app. That's Boxcast, Boxcast. It's a free app, doesn't cost you a dime. You can go on there and watch it from your home. If you don't want to watch it on your iPad or your computer on Facebook, if you have the Facebook app, that works too, obviously, or YouTube as well. So with smart TVs, there's no excuse not to watch the Golden Trojans this year on the big screen. And it looks like we have the teams getting ready up in the middle.
Looking back to Thornton Academy's 5-0 win at Bonnie Eagle, one of the standouts was a sophomore midfielder, Greta Clements, who had a hat trick in that game. Ariana Cody and Martina Pratt also had goals for the Trojans. But some younger players getting into the scoring sheet early on, so it's good to see. It's always good to see for Thornton Academy in the early games, trying to figure out where certain players fit in the roster and who's going to be the stars on the team. And obviously the players that catch the eye, the players that we expect are players like Zoe Pennell we talked about, but it's good to see players like Martine Martina Pratt and Clements in the scoring sheet.
Now, interesting about those are international students.
Yeah.
So Martina Pratt is from Spain, ninth grader, and
Clements, I believe, is a sophomore. I'm not sure.
yes, and she's from Germany.
Yep.
Clements. Greta Clements from Germany. Yeah, we have actually quite a few Germans this year in our international program. Glad to have them. We have about 25 countries this year represented in our dorms, including some new countries like Andorra.
Yep.
Now, can you point that out on a map?
Yes.
And what language do they speak? That's the
I couldn't tell you that, but I could mark out Andorra on
where is it
on a map.
for those who are wondering?
I'm pretty sure it's in Eastern Europe. If I had to take a guess, I think that might be wrong.
I think it's wrong because they speak Spanish there.
Do they?
I think it's kind.
You know
I
what
think
it
it's
is?
like Monaco. It's kind of like Monaco, where it's right on the Spanish.
Andorra is in between France and Spain. It's a very, very small country.
Okay, we're looking at it on the map.
It's a very small country that's situated right in between France and Spain. I learned that in Spanish class last year. Oh.
Well, that's good. So we have a young man from Andorra this year, U.S. Virgin Islands, bunch of countries this year. Lots from Spain, Italy, Mexico, China, Vietnam, Japan. So. Yeah. Lots of, and also, too, if you live or go close to downtown, we have a new dormitory that's going to be downtown Saco at the Coast of Maine House. That's kind of across from the City Hall and the dance, Step Into Dance, I think it's called. So if you see some 14 or 15 girls will be living down there right next to the Saco Scoop, not a bad location to be in the warmer months. So you may see them around downtown to go with our other international students. But anyway, there's the captains are getting the instructions. You may see a little longer instructions here to start in the first one of the first games of the year. Chilly night, but decent crowd coming on hand.
It's always nice to see. I feel like back before the pandemic happened, stands were very full, and I think it's taken a while for people to come back. But some of our football games last year had a lot of fans out on some of our soccer games as well. So it's always nice to see a good crowd on hand.
All right, we're going to go up to the public address announcer, which happens to be our athletic administrator, Mr. Gary Stevens.
Junior number 6, Julia Wareham. Starting at midfield, a sophomore number 7, Sophie Hesmerit. Starting at defense, a junior number 9, Ella Downing. Starting at defense, a sophomore number 15, Kayla McLean. Starting at defense, a senior number 17, Madison Quimby. Starting at attack, a senior number 24, Ellie Sostalo. The assistant coach for the Rams are Nikki Pratt and Amber Hatch, and the head coach is Becky Manson. Now for the season starting line for the Florida Academy Golden Trojans, starting in goal tonight for TA.
See the lineups here for the Trojans. Marines in goal. She had a good year last year as, I believe, a freshman. Benoit, one of the senior players in this team. Other seniors include Ariana Augusto, Elise Axelson, Emma Bossino, and Faith Tillotson and Zoe Pennell. So a decent group of seniors here this year for Thornton Academy.
Also want to give a shout out too, if you're starting to say wherever you're watching, let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Even if you're cheering for a Gorham player or want to give us a shout out, usually like to live our dream in terms of where you're watching. People from Florida or California, just let us know. Or even if you're down the road, just let us know where you're watching from. We'll give you a little shout out on the air here.
My favorite is hearing about all the nice places in Florida people are watching from.
On their lanai.
Yeah.
Your clock operator is Mr. Smith, and your athletic trainer in attendance is Tony Giordano. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask everybody to rise. And gentlemen,
And now we will have the national anthem here at Hill Stadium.
during the playing of our national anthem.
national anthem concludes, this game will begin.
A little bit late tonight, but
Yeah.
it started about 10 minutes ago, but
4 15-minute quarters here. Field hockey action.
it's running time besides the goals and injuries and timeouts.
Looks like some news crew here on hand down on the left side of the field.
You get a little publicity.
And looks like also maybe some few fans here,
A couple students.
which is nice to see. I did see there was a very good turnout for the football game. It was a
At
whiteout.
Scarborough. Yep, we outnumbered their students, I think, like usual. Interesting schedule, too. We have Bedford, New Hampshire coming up in a couple weeks
Yeah.
for the football team.
A new, I don't know, I wouldn't say, I don't know if you call it a rule or a new thing added into the season for Thornton Academy. They wanted to expand their opponents, and Bedford was more than happy to come and travel to Saco
Is that
for
a
a
new
game.
thing that the field hockey team was doing? That was Mrs. Smith was in it. Coach Smith was in it. Like they were doing a little chant
Oh.
there,
Really?
kind of whose house, our house kind of thing. I haven't seen that before, but potentially it was new. But
It's hard to get energized when it's such a cold
it's
and
be back to nice tomorrow,
Yeah.
though. It's just a temporary fall kind of feeling over the last few days.
I do like this time of season though, right when it gets into fall, but it's not super cold yet.
Yeah, it's just at night.
Gorham will start with the ball. Going left to right in your screen. Thornton Academy going right to left. Ball will go back. That one is sent by number 24, Ellie Sostalo, who has the only goal for Gorham this season, which was late in the game to tie Scarborough before losing in double overtime.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, so we'll see. As Thornton Academy scored quite a few more here.
Thornton gives up possession quickly, but taken back on the far side of the field by number 7. That's Ariana Augusto.
So the ball is orange, in case you're looking for it here. It can be a little tough to see, especially after a little bit of rain. Our turf looks a little shiny.
Gorham now on the attack, passing the 30-yard line. Taken back by Thornton Academy. And now hot on the trail of the ball is Greta Clements, playing more of a forward position today. This pass sent across to Martina Pratt, but taken away by Gorham, and now with some space is number 5 for Gorham. That's Brooke Farquhar who sent it up, but it will be Thornton possession near midfield.
We're using the red lines as well in the field.
Also kind of hard to see with the
Yeah,
shiny field.
You know, a lot of the rain too. The rubber from the field kind of comes to the surface quite a bit easier, and so it's a little tougher to see.
That one went to Tillotson, went right through her legs, but she's able to keep possession. The backhand pass finds Ariana Cody.
Cody's been a long-time starter here for the Trojans.
She's only a junior. Cody near the 35-yard line. Takes it up and will send the pass to Tillotson.
A good move, right through the legs.
Here comes Gorham. Now number 4, Annie Cunningham, a senior. Thornton Academy going back and forth here near midfield. Can't seem to find a good possession. BTA position now, a long pass. Stopped by Gorham. Backhand can't find Julia Eli. And now Gorham has possession on the 30-yard line, looking for the long pass. That one skips its way too far and out of bounds. It'll be TA possession right in front of the TA bench.
This is worth noting, too, most of the games, the field hockey games will be the same start time as 7:15, sorry, roughly. Let's see, we have someone cheering for number 44 from New York. Also someone from Saco, which is totally fine. I say partial to Saco.
Yeah. is Julia Eli fighting for it.
Quick mention too, as Zach mentioned some of our sponsors. See some commercials here from Paquin and Carroll and Saco Biddeford Savings. Also, of course, the Webb Law Firm. We have some other sponsors too that are in the mix, some delicious ones potentially. But again, if you're interested in sponsoring some of our stream here with a commercial that we can help produce, or you have one, or you want to sponsor halftime, pregame, whatever, you can just contact us here on any one of these social media channels that you're watching on. Just send a quick message and we can send you our information. A lot of great opportunities to get your local business out there.
Ref blows the whistle and Gorham will have possession. That ball went high in the air. Gorham now looking to switch the field. That pass almost finds its way through, but Cody stopped it before he could find the stick of a Gorham player. Now tilts in the long pass. Taken back by Gorham. No real chances so far for either team. Now some space for Gorham. Good defense by Benoit. Trying to clear it wide. Here goes Gorham. That ball goes inside. A good shot. Turning around another one and a save off the line. And that is a goal for Gorham, I believe.
Is it? No, I think it's going to be called out.
Guess they
I
call
didn't see
it.
her grab the ball, so.
The first shot went right off the post. The second one went and must have been a violation. So Thorne is saved there.
That was a slow but surely, slow build up there for the Rams. Worked out almost in their favor. Good pass from Pratt there.
Clements tries to keep it in, but it'll be out of bounds. Gorham will have possession to the Gorham goalie, Madison Tibballs. Fighting forward is Bissonneau, but it'll be out of bounds. This one's sent back and across. Here's Pennell. Good move by Pennell. Another good deke by Pennell now. Gonna send a backhand pass. Tapped down by number 5 for Thornton Academy. There's Maggie Tripp. Cody looking inside for Tillotson. Tillotson taking her space on the close side of the field. Cody fighting for it. Nice win by Cody. Puts a shot on too far away. Gorham tries to clear. A good chance at it, and she scores.
22.
Goal for Ella Riley, a junior forward for the Trojans.
That's the kind of celebration we'd like to see right there. Very excited.
Thornton Academy gets on the score sheet early. The goal from Ella Riley. That was a shot in by Cody. Gorham tried to clear. The ball didn't move very far. Riley got it and turned quickly. That one went right by Tibballs. And Thornton Academy is up 1-0 with 8:48 to go in the first.
Good recovery there from the Trojans after it looked like Gorham had scored the opener. They fight back and take the lead.
Thornton Academy goal, score by number 22, Ella Riley. Time to goal.
I'm going to try to get back and tie this game up quickly. Don't want to fall behind. Cody's pass. Cannot find the mark, and now here comes Gorham. Up the field goes Kazmarek for Gorham. This will be out of bounds and taken by Annabelle Collier, a freshman, for the Rams. Collier tries a long pass, blocked down by Tillotson. Another chance for Gorham to take it forward. Good defense on the close side by Danica Hebert, a junior midfielder for the Trojans.
Ooh, try to pick it up there off the restart.
There'll be another chance for Gorham. TA just trying to keep Gorham out to the outsides of the field. Don't want to let them inside. Here's Hannah Bickford, who had an assist on the Sostalo goal in the Scarborough game. Bigford trying to get inside. Tillotson lets it roll out of bounds, and T will have possession.
So back and forth game, nobody really taking advantage. I mean, Thornton Academy certainly, with the goal, it gives them the advantage. But other than that, pretty even game so far. No complaints for the neutral.
Gorham has possession, but given right up to Cody. Cody tries to put one through. There's someone taken by Collier. Fighting for it is Hebert.
It was just out of play.
Martina Pratt tried to keep it in, but Gorham has it now. Here's Bigford. Bigford long pass. Blocked by Cody, but it ended up going right behind her. This one taken by Amelia Benoit. Around the outside goes Julia Eli.
It's crazy how time flies. It doesn't feel like that long ago we were here doing lacrosse.
Yeah.
You know? It's 3 months ago now. Tough loss for the boys lacrosse team there against Cape in the regional final.
And then just a few months later from now, we'll have the winter season and the spring season. And
That's right.
it usually goes by pretty fast. I always feel like our seasons just kind of fly away.
Yeah, I'm still working on making sure you can come back for a 5th year. I'll somehow make that,
I'll be eligible for TATV.
Yeah, redshirt you, you know?
Yeah. Pennell tried to keep it in bounds, but could not. Now here's Collier. Sends it inside to Bigford. Blocked by Eli. Now Hebert putting pressure on. That one sent down the line and out of bounds. And TA will now pick up possession again. TA still has that 1-0 lead with 5.5 to go. Yeah, looking to extend on their lead. This one finds Pennell. Pennell now trying to sneak through a few players. That was actually Tillotson. Tillotson now. Long hit. All the way back to the last defender and the keeper.
See, it's not a goal, so that's one of those things in field hockey. You can't score from outside the circle. So when someone puts it towards net, you just, whatever you do, don't touch it. And, if you've never really seen that before, you can get pretty excited when you're like, wait a minute, they moved out of the way. But no, they did that on purpose.
This long pass blocked by Cody.
I'm not sure why that rule's in place. I think we'd have to ask an expert. Maybe next time I see Coach Smith, I'll ask her, why is that rule you can't score outside the circle? Maybe it's to encourage you not to hit the ball so far, like far shots. I'm not sure. We'll have to get back to you on that one next time we have a broadcast for field hockey.
Here's Farquhar battling with Benoit, but Benoit will get the call and send this pass off to Cody. Cody trying to turn, goes right into Collier. And now Collier trying to find a pass. We'll have a stoppage here, and Collier will have a chance to pass it back. This is going to roll all the way, but it was kept in bounds. Pratt.
What I'm liking from the forwards right now from Thornton Academy, a lot of hustle. They're winning a lot of 50-50 balls. When they get a chance, they're trying to move up. And they're winning a lot of free hits from that.
Cody now near the 45-yard line. Thinking about our options. We'll send a long pass that's blocked down.
She wanted that to be a long pass, but a miss hit.
Good moves through by number 24. That's Ellie Sostalo.
She's done a few of those already. That ball goes all the way out of play on the far side now. Yeah, Sostalo definitely has shown some of those skills with the stick early on.
Have not seen many subs for either team so far.
No, Thornton Academy usually, it's kind of a dead giveaway. They wear the long coats when they're not, they haven't played yet, so they only see one person without one, so. They remind me of the old football, back in the day, the old football
yeah.
guys used to wear those coats on the sideline.
Thornton Academy on the far side of the field with a free hit. Sends it back to the middle of the defense, but Benoit sent it right back out. This one taken away by Gorham. That ball is hit behind the goal So T will have another chance to move the ball forward with only 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Again, I want to thank you all for joining us here for our first fall sports broadcast. We have a lot more coming up the next few weeks. And
you always keep track on the TA Facebook page and the Twitter feed at TA Trojan Sports. We usually post the day of or the day before about when we're doing a broadcast. But just know, tomorrow at 4:30, an afternoon slate. It's supposed to be a beautiful day here at Hill Stadium for boys soccer, and then girls soccer on Thursday night at 6:30, and then football 1:30 p.m. Saturday. The big matchup. It's kind of disappointing in my mind that they're doing. This matchup happens week 2, where the odds on these are the two teams that probably meet in the state championship, but that's how the schedule worked out. So.
It's exciting.
I think it'll be for me, like Thornton Academy is such a young team that it's going to be difficult for them. If they play them again in the state championship, then I think they'll have a great chance of winning the Saturday. It's going to be tough.
This long shot by Tilton is just wide of the post. I definitely agree with that statement, and obviously, I think this might be one of the only games of the year, and in the past few years, where TA might actually be looked at as an underdog, or as maybe not the team to win the game. TA's been a powerhouse the last few years. So this is going to be a tough matchup, and we're not going to have any, 86 to 9 games like that Bangor game last year. It's going to be a tight one, and I'm glad it's at home, so we get to do a broadcast of it.
Definitely.
Ball's out of bounds. Pratt could not keep it in, but it might have actually been a violation. So Cody will have it for a free hit.
Under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
A long one gets to the 10-yard line, and this one is taken by Eli. Looking inside for Riley, who scored the first goal. And on the far side is number 2, Danica Hebert, looking for it. TA trying to capitalize on another goal as we are under 30 seconds. It'll be a free hit. Hebert can't control it. Now here's Riley. Ball's on the ground. Everyone trying to find it, and now Gorham will take it out with 10 seconds to go. Here comes Gorham. Maybe one last chance at midfield. That long pass is blocked, and that is going to do it for the first quarter. So the only goal scored by the junior Ella Riley. TA has a 1-0 lead. We'll take a break here on TATV. Be back for the second quarter of some field hockey action.
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
We are back here with it's probably a minute or two of break in between the periods. I want to put a quick shout out to my own Twitter page that I run under my name. That is, you can go and check me out at Zach_Taranko, Taranko. I like to not only post updates and scores of all the sports that we are broadcasting here at on TATV, but I also have some my own personal opinions on the Boston Bruins and Boston Celtics. So if you ever want to go look at some of my hot takes or just see what's going on in the Bruins world, you can always go check out my page. But
Zach is deep in the blogosphere of Bruins. Like, not that you do one, but you're very much in contact with podcasts, I should say, not so much bloggers.
I was
a lot of the Bruins podcasters are get some replies and stuff. So it's good. It's a nice little community for you guys.
I don't know if you saw, but a couple weeks ago I was on a Bruins podcast.
I think I saw. I don't think I actually listened to it. I saw that you were going to be on it.
Yeah. And
of course you were like ecstatic that they're just going to run it back and just hope all the old guys just magically win a Stanley Cup. Now look, if you want to be like, hey, you know what, it's going to be fun with them. We're not going to win, but let's be fun having the old Krejci back and everything. Then that's fine. But don't think like, oh well, magically we're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. But pretty much the same team.
That's not what I said in it.
I'm not saying you did.
Okay,
I'm just
good.
saying when I hear Bruins fans say that, it's like, oh, let's sign Krejci, let's sign Bergeron. I was like, okay, well, you're not going to Stanley Cup, right? Like, just so you know that. And I understand like not wanting to go to immediate rebuild because that's going to be years of pain. That's like the Patriots are in right now. Like, I would have loved to have Brady for another year or two, even if they weren't going to win the Super Bowl, because it's something excited to watch. So anyway, that's my Bruins moment.
Yeah.
It's cool to have Krejci back. I'm not surprised. It's kind of like Alex Cora coming back to the Red Sox. Like, you knew Krejci was going to come back at some point, and you knew they all got together at that wedding, right? Someone's wedding.
Oh my!
Like,
Tuukka Rask's
bring
wedding.
the band back together one more time, which is cool. I mean, they're going to sell some tickets, and the Jacobs family make a lot of money, and that's what it's all about for them. So,
man, I can't
that's
believe
my cynical take.
I can't believe you're already trashing on the Bruins. That not even in preseason yet.
I mean, look. The thing is, I have nothing against the players. I think they play very well. I don't know. I think the ownership. And I think we're seeing it. All the owners right now. I think probably the Celtics are the exception. All the owners are being cheap right now.
Yep.
The Patriots, Kraft's being cheap about the guaranteed money. With these other teams spending glorious amounts of money. John Henry, of course, is being super cheap, especially if he doesn't sign Bogarts and Devers. Jacobs is notoriously cheap. It's frustrating. These guys are billionaires, and they can still make a lot of money with making the teams a little bit better. And as we know, it can't last forever. Talk to your parents about how Boston sports was back in the 80s and early 90s. It wasn't very fun. So we'll see. Still a couple months before the Bruins really get into it, and same with the Celtics. We'll just keep hope that the Dolphins game doesn't go too bad on Sunday, which it will.
I think regarding the Bogarts and Devers, I think it's just a big slap in the face that they re-signed Kike Hernandez. They're not willing to re-sign Bogarts or Devers.
I mean, different type of deal. I will say that. Like, it's a little
Yeah.
less complex a deal, but yeah, if they don't sign one or both of those guys, then they'll have some explaining to do.
Back to the action at hand. Thorne Academy still with that 1-0 lead.
It's like the straightest ball I've ever seen. That went all the way down the sideline.
That is a interesting play that ends up out of bounds, and T will have possession up near the 15-yard line. In the third game of the season for the Trojans.
The season goes fast. The field hockey
Yeah.
season is a quick one, and their state championship is around Halloween usually. So that should tell you the playoffs start mid-October. So these games come quick and fast. Again, we'll have 4 of them. I think we're doing the Biddeford game as well. I have to look at the schedule here at halftime. We'll tell you the other games we're doing for field hockey. I think it's the last one for a couple weeks, but
Yep. It's always tough trying to get in the big games for each team. It's a common theme this year for some TA Sports was playing former state champions. The field hockey team obviously played Cheverus as their first game of the season, and the boys team played Marshwood, who won the state championship for boys soccer last year.
and they lost in the playoffs to them, I believe, last year too.
No, I think they lost to Gorham.
It was 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
it might have been.
Yeah, you're right. It was
Yeah.
2 years ago they lost at Marshwood, I remember. Yeah. Not Gorham, so.
Let's
Yeah, we'll
see.
get some state championship information at halftime too. See if we can figure out. I believe, like in football, I think it's 6 out of the 8 teams, and then I think it's usually 2/3 of the teams in the other sports. But we'll double check that. See if we can find that information at the half.
Gorham now taking the ball up. This is their first offensive chance of the second quarter. Pulled back and bouncing inside. On defense there is Benoit. Good move inside by Collier. Collier
Corner. It's first corner of the match, I think, for
Yep.
either team.
almost got inside. And if you're new to field hockey, you're saying, why are all these players going inside the net? This is how the corners work. They are able to rush out.
It's basically a very quick man advantage. They get to
Yep.
have a couple, and the defenders have to be in. The rest are midfield, and they'll see them sprint in from the left.
But a very good opportunity here for
It's
Gorham.
kind of like a corner. Kick the ball has to come outside the circle before coming back in.
Pass inside, trying to get it out, and Peno with a nice backhand chip to Cody. Cody now the long pass, and here comes Pratt, and Pratt is got some space in front of her. Trying to cut back inside, nice move by Pratt. Pratt the long pass, finds its way to Eli, but it got blocked down. This one grabbed by Hebert. Hebert trying to put it back in. Pratt gets a shot on.
Oh,
and
what a
good-
save!
Great save
With
by
the stick.
Tibballs.
Wow, you don't really see that very often. That stick isn't usually.
Good passing inside by the Trojans, but another great save by Tibballs. Tilton the long shot, it got blocked down. Eli now trying to put one on. Another one from Tillotson, and it's tipped wide. Tibballs with some great
Standing
saves.
ovation for Tibble. That was incredible. That first save especially, and you'll be able to go back on the live stream, especially on Facebook, on YouTube, with the stick. I mean, with the
Yeah.
outside of the stick, and again, the stick for a goalie is not, they use their feet more than anything else. You'll see them try to kick the ball away. Thornton Academy keeps possession, though. We want to keep on that. But what an unbelievable 2 or 3 saves there to keep this game 1-0.
And it started with the great work from Pratt to get up the field and find that pass inside. Tibballs keeps Gorham in it, and that's what they need still in the first half of this game. Gorham Gorham going to try to tie this one up, but Thornton Academy getting some great offensive chances here. As Gorham is near the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you, it's only a 1-0 game. This has been very exciting on both sides. You know, both teams getting a lot of chances near goals, so don't let the score fool you if you're flicking through. This has been a very exciting matchup so far.
This is one of those sports where the score can vary from, as you know, again, looking at that Gorham game, 2-1 at double overtime to, 10-5 game. You could see a lot of goals, or you could see not so many goals. And
when you see a 2-1 score, you may think, oh, it must have been a kind of a dud, but no, you can see this is an example of it could be a low-scoring, exciting game.
Pennell now taking it up. Last year, Thornton Academy had some great defenders. This shot by Eli is blocked, and it'll be Gorham possession.
I think she wound up a little too much there. That was she was in great position, but stick out a little high as she missed the ball or didn't hit it very well.
One of those defenders, speaking of, Mary Lemoyne was a great defender for Thornton Academy, and that allowed Pennell to play more of a midfield position. Seems like she's taking up a defensive role today.
It's always interesting early season. You maybe see some players out of position as the new players come in. You know, the old and learn learn just being on a varsity team. The older and more veteran players sometimes have to play out of position just for a little bit. You see it in girls soccer and boys soccer as well.
Gorham now with a chance. Blocked Pennell's pass. Gorham trying to get inside. It got blocked out. Some space. This is Bickford trying to get inside. The shot is wide of the left post, and it'll be out of bounds.
So Gorham not giving up here. They're definitely in this game. Looks like they're going to have... I think the ball's deflected, which is why Gorham's going to keep possession here at the top. Not a corner. Again, the corner only happens when it hits a foot of the defending team inside the circle.
That pass gets all the way through, but Marines was able, I believe, maybe got a piece of it.
She did. I think it was better safe than sorry there. So again, that'll be at the 25.
Thornton Academy has checked on both Jordan Doobie and Cora Bolduck, and Ella Riley and Danica Hebert both come off after some pretty impressive play on the offensive side in the first quarter. Bickford puts one inside. It's tipped in the air. Looking to turn and put one on. Good defense from Eli. Now cleared away. And it's only be
Gorham foot.
picked up by Pennell. One of the players who we haven't got in the scoring sheet, but has definitely had an impact in this game and as well as in some of their earlier games is Julia Eli, number 23 for Thornton Academy. Very fast and strong player for TA in the midfield. Done a good job moving the ball forward, and also had a chance earlier that was stopped by Tibballs. TA possession over near the 15-yard line. Could be another offensive surge here with 7:20 to go in the second quarter. But Gorham will have possession now and a chance to move the ball forward. Here's Bickford. Bickford going to change sides, but this one was tapped down out of the air by Pratt. An impressive block.
Yeah, she played a lot back in Spain. She's played a lot of junior teams there, so she comes in as a freshman and able to kind of hit the ground running. Very fast.
TA had a very talented player last year. I believe maybe also from Germany. I forget her name.
Yes.
She's it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I'll know if I heard it.
Yeah.
The ball comes in, but again from outside the circle. Another thing you have to be careful about that, Zach, is if it deflects off a little bit of a Thornton player, then it's a live ball. But yeah, you're gonna look up the name, aren't you, for last year? I'm trying to remember who it was, but.
A couple subs coming off for the Gorham Rams.
Look at run for the Trojans, gets into the circle. It's going to be backwards, but she misses. Oh no, it's still inside. She kind of whiffed on the backhand shot, but stayed alive for a minute. No real shots on goal there.
Gorham coming out now of their own end. This is Reese Leclerc, a freshman. Now moving the ball forward. Here comes Brooke Farquhar, but a good defensive stop there by Pennell. And Pennell is now going quickly up the field. She tries to turns into pressure. And
News Hawk is looking good out there.
Pennell's long pass goes forward. Cody has it. Excuse me, that's Eli. Eli, the backhand shot. Just wide of the post. A good chance for Thornton Academy, but Pennell doing it all by herself, bringing it out of the backfield.
Well, that's what you hope, when you have something, when you have a player like that, you can kind of change the field very easily. Under 5 minutes to go in this quick moving first half. 1-0 Thornton Academy, goal in the first quarter. Since then, both teams with a lot of chances, but just haven't been able to finish them off. The ball's going to run out of play on the near side.
Cody's pass blocked down by Leclerc, but Tillotson with the short pass on the far side of the field. TH trying to put it back into play, out of bounds, and I believe it'll stay with.
It's going to be a Gorham.
With
Free
Gorham.
hit. Actually, will be Thornton Academy's hit, looks like, at the 25. No, it'll be Gorham's hit.
Ooh, was it Lucy? Was it Enos?
Yes.
Enos?
I think it's Enos.
She had
That's
a
right.
great year last year with field hockey team.
No, it makes sense. That's remember. She was a homestay student, which is why I'm part of the dorm program. I don't know her that well because she was a homestay student, but
Here comes Tillotson now with some space. Gorham not stepping up. Tillotson the shot. Just wide.
missed opportunity there because, again, Gorham really kind of backing off. You want to attack there. Tillotson was running pretty fast. It was going to be tough for her to kind of stop on a dime and make a play, but Gorham escapes there. Right now, Thornton Academy, the field's really been tilted in their favor the last 5 minutes or so. If you're the Rams, probably just like to get to halftime. Regroup. Only down 1 goal. Definitely anybody's game still. Zach Tarenko and I'm Jeff Christenberry here at Hill Stadium. Night number 1 of the 2022-2023 Thornton Academy TV broadcasting schedule.
A lot more nights like this, except probably a lot colder. That ball was tipped up off the shot from Tillotson.
I'll stay here.
Out of bounds.
That's the thing. It's like as chilly as it is tonight, it'll get even worse. Well, we used to be on top of the press box.
I remember my first TATV game was a boys soccer game, and I wore shorts, a T-shirt, and the sandals, and I was freezing on my way home.
You almost died. It's okay. You learn. That's all learning experience.
This pass inside,
Oh my
just
gosh.
wide of the post.
It's like identical. Every single shot's coming just wide for Gorham. They're going to rue some missed opportunities here. And I think that finally is going to be a Gorham hit to bring it out. Fortunately for Gorham, they have to chase the ball every time it goes by.
TA is very close to scoring some goals here. Gorham just barely staying alive. Now some subs checking on for Thornton Academy with under 2 to go in the second quarter. Number 8, a senior Elise Axelson, and number 10, a sophomore Samantha DeGeorge. This will be a call on Gorham. Now Pennell, a long hit. Goes off a few players' feet. And they'll stay TA ball. Tillotson will have to go back to midfield. Tillotson, that long hit all the way through. Tillotson definitely has one of the hardest hits on the TA team. This one taken away by Emma Bussino of the Trojans. TA fighting for on the far side of the field. Bussino tries to put it back inside for Eli. But Gorham tried a long pass violation off the foot of a TA player. This hit finds its way to midfield, but stopped by T again off another foot. So Gorham now moving their way up the field here. Under a minute to go. Gorham gonna have to move it. Nice little trick play almost, I guess you could call it. But now taken away by TA, and Pratt is stopped. Now Gorham with a chance to move forward. Gorham now taking it up the field.
She took it out of bounds. She was flirting with danger there and took it a little bit too far out.
Good defense by Benoit to force her out of bounds. We're down to 15 seconds. Benoit, at this point, might just want to try something safe. And she has all the time in the world. Chips it, and it got blocked. And that'll do it for the first half. So Thornton Academy holding on to a 1-0 lead off the Ella Riley goal. We'll take a break here on TATV. Be back for some halftime thoughts and then the second half of this girls varsity field hockey game. We are back here.
Hold on.
We
All right,
are-
sorry about that. I'll talk about the first jitters. We didn't change one of the slides on there, so yeah. First broadcast jitters, and we all get them. I've been doing this now for, gosh, 11 years, or maybe less than. Maybe like 9 years we've been on live streaming.
This is
here.
my 4th, so
Yeah, we're gonna add some new stuff this year in the next few days. I think honestly, maybe, well, hopefully within a week, we'll be doing some on-camera stuff at pregame and halftime. We'll have a little kind of background here in the press box and then in the gym in the winter, so you get to see our beautiful faces. Hopefully, mostly Zach and Cole. On that, we'll also be adding a few equipment on the back end. That'll make our broadcast a little smoother. Hopefully, again, to get some more sponsors as well. On the games where we have a larger crew, we'll definitely be doing some replay. So hopefully, maybe this Saturday, I think we're gonna have a full crew for football, 4 or 5 people. We'll try to get some replays going on that as well. So just trying to bring you the best broadcast ever. It's great to see. It's one of those things. We were on football on Friday, and I don't mind saying this, but their live stream of the game was not great. It was, there was something wrong with their camera, so all you could see was the Thornton Academy sideline. You couldn't even see the whole field, and a lot of people were complaining to me, and I couldn't do anything about it. So as much as I don't like to see that, because I want people to see our games, it does hopefully remind people. We put in a lot of time, effort, and definitely some investment for the school to make these games, and obviously it couldn't happen without your support, and obviously some great students. We've had Tyler Catterat, Cal Cristoforo, who's now senior station manager in Syracuse, which is great. Hopefully we'll have him on for a game this year when he's back for vacation. Of course, now we have Zach and Cole. We also have Troy Bullock, who's going to help out with a little bit of announcing as well, the podcasting. So again, if you're a parent and you have a student at TA and they're interested in learning more about sports broadcasting, that's what the TATV Club is basically doing now. So have them reach out to me, Jeff Christianberry, at school. Second half action.
Thornton Academy now going left to right in your screen. Gorham going right to left.
Definitely wanted to. Next goal in this game is massive. Thornton Academy gets that second goal. It's going to be more demoralizing than anything else for Gorham. Of course, if Gorham gets it, it's a tie game. It's anybody's game. So, if you're both teams, the coach is probably just like, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Gorham had many great chances. TA also with some big chances to make it 2-0, but some great saves by the Gorham goalie kept it to just the 1-goal game at this moment.
As you were saying before about our broadcast this year and the past few years at TATV, I think this might be our most momentous season yet, and I think it's just because it's my senior year.
I hope so, yeah. You better make it good. Hopefully we get some deep playoff runs for you.
I'll do something crazy. I went the last broadcast. Something so wild.
You wear like a remember who's that guy? Chuck, the basketball announcer who died from cancer. Chuck, he used to wear the crazy.
Oh yes.
I can't remember his name now. It's so bad.
I'll wear some
crazy suits
outfit
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thornton Academy here with a free hit.
Well, I know probably people like you are probably all excited because the explosion of money getting paid to these NFL announcers is insane. 15 to 20 million a year for people like Troy Aikman and everything else. I don't understand it personally. I think it's just bizarre that before Tony Romo's big deal, nobody had any idea how much money these guys are making. Like no idea. And then all of a sudden, as kind of a strategic thing, they announced that Tony Romo was 10 years and 170 million, which now looks like a bad deal because he's kind of fallen off in my opinion. But
and then they offered is it when Brady retires he's going straight to Fox?
It's like $350 million for 10 years or something.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening personally, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's so sport broadcasting can be a very lucrative deal, but it takes a while to get up there. And most of the guys getting those deals are the former players. So unless you're gonna suit up and be the next Donnarumma or something.
Thornton trying to move the ball forward now.
Good student section going on in the bottom right-hand corner. We'll try to get some of those. Some of the football players will come over after practice.
Okay, now move the ball backwards to try to gain some possession, but Gorham started taking away with it.
Yeah, it seems like a new strategy this half so far for TA. They've done that a few times, kind of going backwards, which only works when it doesn't.
Good move by Pennell, but this one's taken away by Gorham. Great defense there by Benoit.
I think they played advantage there, hit a foot of Gorham, and Thornton Academy takes back over.
Looks like Eli Sostalo almost was able to get in the box on a one-on-one chance, but it's great defense there by Benoit. Now Bussino takes it out for the Trojans. Here's Tillotson. Tillotson creates space now on the far side, trying to keep it in bounds. Good tap by Gorham, but now a free hit for Tillotson. Tillotson, a long hit. It's tipped in the air, in the goal.
It's in, but I still think it doesn't matter. Get deflected. That was a bizarre moment there where it got tipped perfectly over the goalie's head.
It was tipped off of a...
I apologize. I don't know the rule for that. I've never seen that
yeah.
before. But anyway, Thornton Academy's going to get possession.
Pennell, the pass inside to Eli. And now it's like a chance
corner. I think that's the
for a
first
corner.
Is that the first corner of the game for TA?
For TA, yes.
Yeah.
Gorham had one runner in the game.
Which is odd. I mean, usually, sometimes you have 5 or 6 corners at half for each team, but you know, the game's been played pretty clean inside the circle.
Definitely. TA now trying to get that second goal. The fan section trying to get the crowd going. The hit in the sideline coming in now. Chance for Pennell. Pennell trying to make a move. Good defense by Gorham.
And TA foot.
And Gorham will take it out. So
yeah, that entry pass is always the most crucial pass, and how it gets not only so much the speed on everything else, but how it gets handled by the attacker.
This preseason or preseason before came to a field hockey practice, and they spent almost 40 or 50 minutes just practicing those corner hits in to see how where they need to play to be successful with it. That backhand hit out. It's all the way to the 40-yard line. Now Gorham trying to stop it. Eli almost got a stick on it for TA. TA, again, that offense being really aggressive to get the ball. Pratt blocks it. And now here comes Thornton.
Quick question for you. Have you ever played any type of field hockey, like in wellness class or anything?
Nope, I've
It
never.
is difficult. Like I did a documentary on Chevrolet 12 years ago now, and they let me play in a couple practices, and it is very difficult. Now, obviously, I'm a lot taller than a lot of the girls, and so to lean over a lot, but only using one hand, one side of the stick and everything else. And I tried to. They gave me a penalty shot, and I just whiffed on it twice. It was difficult. So, see the ball bopping around here. It's a difficult sport.
Is there footage of that? I would love to see that footage.
Maybe I'll put that. Maybe I'll pick that out, and one day during halftime we'll do it. 'Cause I have the whole documentary of raw footage, and we'll show you.
Here comes Hebert on the close side of the field, trying to get inside. Eli. It's off of a Gorham player, I believe, but actually might have just been out of bounds.
Tough to tell. Looks like it's going to stay Thornton Academy possession.
They'll let Tillotson take control of it. So they'll give it back. It goes back to Pennell. Pennell puts a long hit on. Grabbed by Eli. The backhand hit.
You hit the defender in
popped
front.
out.
But she loves that backhand hit. I feel like she's done that 3 or 4 times tonight. That was the best version of it.
Gorham now trying to take it out, but TA has possession. This one's taken away. Now Gorham with a chance, trying to break through the defense. Here is Sostalo with some space now. Sostalo trying to get through TA's defense.
They hit a TA foot. It's going to be a corner. Sostalo, but she gets that ball. Dangerous player. And now a great opportunity for Gorham to tie this game up. The corners haven't really amounted to much here for either team, but it's only a matter of time.
7:40 to go in the third quarter. TA still with that 1-0 lead, but Gorham with their best chance of the second half so far on this corner. Hit in will come from Sostalo. Here's Bickford. Bickford with a nice move. Tries a backhand shot. It's blocked inside, and TA will...
Kick save and a beauty.
Yeah, TA will take it away now. Here comes Bussino.
That's interesting. I don't know if that went out of the circle, too. It would have been interesting if she would have scored that, because I feel like that didn't come all the way out, but maybe the rest had a better view than we did. But
that pass put into space for Pratt.
the goalies game, players of the game here, Zach, both of these goalies are the reason this game is still 1-0.
Pratt now on the far side of the field, trying to take it inside, cuts it back, puts a pass inside. Here's Clements. Clements will go backwards and hand it off to Tillotson. Tillotson, the long shot, going to go through. It got tipped in front, looking for a rebound chance. No one can seem to find it. And we're going to
Corner.
have a corner now.
So now they're starting to come, fast and furious here. These corners.
Back and forth kind of play, but both teams had some great chances. TA with another corner. Looks like the hit on the first entry hit will be from Tillotson.
Marsha Hennessy watching from Raymond, Maine. She says, go Faith. Raymond, Maine, beautiful. This time of year.
Long hit from Cody. Goes to the opposite side of the field, and
I think it was deflected, but no, it's going to be. Yeah, it's going to stay Thornton Academy. No, it's not. It's going to be a free hit for the Rams.
that's good sportsmanship though by Danica Hebert to go grab the ball for Gorham. And
It's shot of the student section. The boys down there cheering everyone on.
nice to see that fan interaction. It's always interesting to see how that changes throughout each year.
Whoa.
That pass went high in the air from Eli.
Well, it's great. As somebody, I was a Thornton Academy alum many years ago. How organized you all are able to be now because
Yep.
of social media, and it's just no excuse not to know when a game's happening. When I was a student here, it's like you went to the basketball and football games, but you just kind of knew there was no, Instagram or anything else we didn't get T-shirts or anything like that. So
Ball goes right to Pratt. Pratt lost control of it. Yeah, definitely. I think the one thing that will always be a part of TA is that it's always cool to show your spirit and show your pride for the
whatever
sports.
sport.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the most memorable moments last year was that volleyball game, right? When
Oh,
TA
yeah.
won, and then the TA student section sprinted out because there was another game going on, and they all just, as soon as the last point happened, they sprinted out of the gym. It was hilarious.
And I actually remember that. That was a overtime goal for the girls. The game they went to was
That's right.
overtime winner for TA.
Yeah,
So
it's a couple moments.
yeah. Gorham now has possession on offense. He's looking to go backwards. So Starlo playing one-on-one with Pratt. Pratt now gives it over to number 7. That is Ariana Augusto.
They hit a foot, and they didn't call it. Good for TA.
Augusto fighting for it. It'll be Gorham ball.
We always very much appreciate the uniform selection for Coach Smith. One of the easiest uniforms to read is this Thornton Academy maroon numbers on bright white jerseys. We love that.
I feel like-
Gorham's aren't bad either, but
Yeah.
if TA went for gold or something, it would have been a little different numbers. But
I feel like TA has almost always had pretty clear numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes we have teams that come in and we just cannot see the numbers. They have to be directly facing away from you up here in the box to be able to see the numbers.
right.
So
I think the worst ever was many years ago. Chevrolet boys basketball when they were really good. They had white numbers with like a thin purple outline on white uniforms.
Oh.
They were impossible to read. But that was more of I think it was more of an ego thing for them because they were state champions or something.
Yeah.
So
Here is Clements for Thornton. Go one-on-one with a defender, trying to turn and get a chance, maybe a hit inside. Clements still has it. Lots of great work, and it'll be a free hit for TA.
just outside the circle, great work from Clements there, but no corner.
Here's Tillotson. Tillotson gonna try to put a hit in. It's blocked. Clements was there. Also there is Maggie Tripp trying to get a hit on it. Goalie went down. It'll be another
Penalty corner.
corner. Yep. A third one of this quarter for the Trojans. And yet another chance for TA to extend their lead. We are under 3 to go in the third quarter. And I'm Zach Tarenko here with Jeff Christianberry on TATV, bringing you the first girls hockey broadcast of the fall season, as well as the first fall sports broadcast. of this
Skeleton
year.
crew, but we're here.
Yep. Here's a hit from Pennell.
Oof.
Went right off the stick of the Gorham player.
That's gotta hurt.
Gorham now trying to clear it. Good pass into space, and now Gorham rushing forward. Now trying to send it through the defense. Now wide open one-on-one chance for Gorham. And a nice save by Marines. Great kick save on the one-on-one. This long shot going through. Marines trying to come out and block it off a knee. It'll be TA ball. Great
Wow.
stop on the one-on-one by Allison Marines.
That was the chance there for the Rams. Ball still in play.
It'll be out of bounds now. Gorham has it. TA now trying to get this ball out of their own end. It'll come out to Pratt. Pratt tries to put a long hit through, but it's blocked. Trip. Can't get a hit on it. Now here's Gorham. Gorham now with some offensive pressure in the last minute or so, but that ball will roll out of bounds, and TA will have just under 90 seconds to see if they can get it up the field one more time.
A great opportunity there for Gorham.
It actually be Gorham possession now at the 25-yard line. It's Hannah Bickford. The clock continues to run, so even when they aren't moving the ball, it's a chance. The backhand in by Bickford. Gorham now trying to put one on. Tillotson has it. Good move by Tillotson, and now Tillotson's running forward. 1 minute to go in the quarter. This one's sent back by Gorham, and now a long hit by number 35. That's Jordan Doobie.
It's definitely the most exciting 1-0 field hockey game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This is great action back and forth, and just great goalkeeping, to be honest, by both players.
Cody goes to Tilton, but it's taken away by Gorham. Gorham now trying to move the ball forward. It's outside, and now moving it forward. Here is number 10 for the Rams, but sent away by Doobie. And now 20 seconds to go. Tillotson now with some speed. Tillotson's passing midfield. TA's got a advantage here. Tillotson with some speed. Tillotson's going to try to put a shot on it. It was blocked. And the seconds are going to roll off the clock here, but the energy is high, and that'll do it for the third quarter here. TA still holding on to that 1-0 lead. A great save late in the third by Marines has kept that score. We'll take a break here on TATV. Be back for the fourth quarter of this exciting girls field hockey game.
Hey, Dan, how's that proposal coming?
Just finished. I am sending it right now.
Okay, good. Oh, no. How are we looking for noon? We got like 2 minutes. Dan.
We are back here at Hill Stadium. 15 minutes left in this very exciting, low-scoring girls field hockey game between the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans and the Gorham Rams. TA leads 1-0 right now. Want to quickly plug our sponsors again. Once more, want to thank Packwell and Carroll Insurance, Go Benefit Savings, for sponsoring us again this year, as well as the Webb Family Law Firm for hosting our pregame, our halftime, and our postgame show. If you have any trouble, I mean, and I'm talking anything. I know I've said this read a lot of times, but I'm telling you, man, these people.
Did you have any trouble during the summer, Zach? Is that
Oh,
what you're
I
trying to
did.
say?
I did, and I'll let you know. I called them, and they were very helpful. And they.
No. I mean, they would be helpful, but nothing nefarious going on at Ken's or wherever else you hung out this summer.
Well, I will say, if you know the Webb family, Jack Webb went to UMaine and had also some time at Sacred Heart. He had, I believe, an internship this summer with Fox ABC in Maine, and he
Bangor, yep.
Yeah, in Bangor, and he had some was on the news a few times. I saw him.
Well, he was the original Trojan Talk host.
Yeah.
It was not a podcast. It was like an on-camera kind of video show. So yeah, he was the original. And certainly, if he's ever around here, we'll have him on. he loves talking football and great knowledge. And of course, his dad John is a great supporter of not only our program but all programs here at Thornton Academy. So anytime they're around, it's a good time. So shout out to the Webb Family Law Firm. If you need help, they will be there for you.
Yes, they will. Gorham now in TA's defensive zone quickly, only 20 seconds in, but TA again trying to clear the ball out and it'll be out of bounds. Speaking of Trojan Talk, we are, again, I'll say it again, we are recording within the next day or so our first episode of this 2022-2023 school year. Lots to talk about with all the TA sports, as well as some NFL season predictions. So if you want to listen to us talk some football, maybe some basketball as well, you can always listen to that. That'll be on
Spotify,
Apple Podcasts, and the video version will be on TA's YouTube page.
And we'll have as our guest Hayden Whitney from the football team, senior running back, who's had a 94-yard touchdown the other day. Pretty tired after that one, but it's solid.
The chance for TA. The shot, nice save by Tibballs. Pratt was trying to put one in, and we got another corner for Thornton Academy, the fourth of the second half so far.
Kind of came out of nowhere there. A shot for Pratt, very quick with a stick. Another good save again. We're a broken record here. These two goalies are putting on a show here tonight on this Tuesday.
And you talked about it earlier in the game. The next goal is kind of going to decide where this game goes. If TA gets that second goal, this could be somewhat of the end for Gorham, who hasn't really had a lot of shots on it, only a few. Marines had a nice leg save in the third quarter.
That's going to be a violation there. It's not illegal. Oh, no, sorry. She's having a redo. I thought it was an illegal entry.
But if Gorham was to score, that would bring this game a lot closer. Here's Cody. It comes out. Long shot goes in. It blocked in front. The rebound. Another corner.
Like I said, they come. I think it was two corners in the whole first half. Oh no, one corner in the whole first half, and now there's been 5 or 6 here in just the last quarter and 2 minutes.
Tillotson now will have the entry pass.
It's weird. Look, after this play, I'll mention something.
Tillotson. Riley.
Ouch! Second time that's happened.
With a hit that.
Oh, she's hurt now.
Believe maybe hit the hand of one of the Gorham players. Just one of those accidental plays where player winds up and trying to help out on defense, cause some injuries.
Okay, a broken stick maybe, or
she's able to come off on her own feet, which is good.
She's getting checked out by Tony Giordano. Looked to be okay. I was just gonna say it's just bizarre looking down and seeing everybody wearing their fall clothing. I know it's only for tonight. It's gonna be back very nice, and by tomorrow's game, it's gonna be probably 70 degrees at kickoff at 4:30. But it just really it's really a reminder of it's really coming again.
Gorham trying to clear now. Here's Amelia Benoit. Almost lost control of it there. Benoit will give it back to Pennell. Pennell puts a long pass right to Eli. Good connection between those two. Eli on the backhand pass to Tillotson. Tillotson, it got tipped. Eli still has it. It'll be out of bounds. It will stay TA possession. High in the air, blocked down. But Tillotson still has it. Tillotson turning, nice pass inside. Gorham got a piece of it, sends it out of bounds quickly. And TA will. I thought TA maybe would take it in, but it'll be Gorham ball. Still 1-0 Thornton Academy. 11-11 to go in the fourth quarter.
That goes in the first, correct? First quarter?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a long time since a goal here.
Here comes Gorham, the pass now to Sostalo. Sostalo now breaking free. Maybe some pressure, but Benoit got in front of it, blocked it with a foot. And
I call it a professional foul because they did it in the right spot. You were outside the circle, stops the momentum. Not saying she did it on purpose, but if she did, not a bad idea.
Bickford tries to pass out wide. Gorham trying to get it into play. Sostalo looking for a shot, and it's cleared away by Pennell. Good clear. And now here comes Pratt. Pratt now quickly up the field. Pratt with some space. 3-on-3 opportunity. Riley now. Riley, who had the first goal in the game. Riley trying to put a backhand shot on. Can't get it to go. And it'll be Gorham possession.
And a long run by Pratt. She doesn't come out of the game. There's, again, not many subs here for GA tonight.
Looks like maybe a little bit of mist coming down. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
You know, the fog, too. Sometimes the fog rolls in. It looks like mist, but no one seems to be covering themselves.
T blocks that one down. Here's Cody.
Whoa.
High shot over the
It's
net.
deflected. It's in the soccer goal. But that does not count.
It looks like it'll be state TA ball. There are 10 to go.
Back in play at the top. Thornton Academy again looking to get that crucial insurance goal.
Pennell almost got through there and had some space, but there'll be a free hit for them at the 20-yard mark. Gives it off to Tillotson. Tillotson turning backhand, tries a shot. Now a backhand chance for Eli, got blocked, and it'll be Gorham free hit.
Zach, give us a little insight here. What was either the largest or the craziest order that you saw at Ken's this summer? Ken's Seafood, or Zach is the
all right.
proprietor.
So if you have never been to Ken's place, it's the best seafood in town. Don't go.
Certainly the best homemade
Tartar sauce.
which I don't even like tartar sauce,
Yeah,
but
and
unbelievable. I
You
mean,
had
it was
gone so
good.
long without trying it, and then
Yeah.
I remember you tried it and you told me it was
Well,
amazing.
usually I don't even get tartar sauce, but they gave me an option. I'm like, yeah, I'll try it. And they said, do you want the store-bought brand? Do you want the homemade? I'm like, homemade. And literally, I could put it on a sandwich. Like,
It's
that
so
good.
Yep. But the biggest menu item we have is the fisherman's platter,
Oh yeah, I got that.
which is a half portion of shrimp, scallops, and clams, as well as an entire fish. We had 4 FP, what we call them FPs, or fisherman's platters. We had 2 large orders of shrimp, 2 large orders of clams in what we call crumb breading,
Yep.
and then 4 scallops and I believe 12 clam cakes as well.
On one order?
On one order.
It must have been like $400.
That's probably more than that, yeah, with seafood prices increasing.
I'll tell you what, the
recently.
clam prices this summer,
It's crazy.
unbelievable.
I know.
It was like market price. It was more expensive than lobster to get fried clams. I never got them.
Yep.
So that makes me really hungry. So thanks very much. And Ken's is not a sponsor, but if they'd like to, we'll give them a great deal if they want to give us some food. But I had had it the one time. That one time I had a feast. I didn't get a fisherman's platter. I tried like a little bit of everything, but yeah, fantastic. By far the best. And that's
Yeah,
not to
by far the best.
that's
So
not to crap on any other great places around here. But Ken's my spot. The only negative for me is a little far from my house, so I kind of have to eat it there. Well, we have a timeout on the field here. 7:15 to go. Thornton Academy 1, Gorham nothing. Here on TATV.
Hey, is this my room?
Run over here.
Is this my room? Wow, Dad! Is this your room?
we are back here as the timeout is just about to end. 7:15 to go. TA still leads 1-0, and the Trojans will hope to keep this lead going.
This is one of those things too. When you think like, what are they saying in the timeout? I mean, there's really not much to say if you're Gorham. Keep it up. It's just like at some point you think like the goalie's going to give something away, but up until this point, both goalies have just played. What do they say? What's the term? They stood on their heads.
Stood on their head.
Which I've
yeah.
never understood that
Me
term in
neither.
hockey.
People say that a lot, especially for hockey.
Yeah.
But
So we're going to use it for field hockey too.
Yeah.
Executive decision, but yeah. But again, it's been true. I mean, the save of the game was the stick save there by the Gorham goalie. It was fantastic to keep it 1-0, but also Gorham's goalies had some good saves as well.
here is Kazmarek. Now inside to Cunningham. Cody got a piece of it for the Trojans, but taken back by Bickford. Bickford puts a shot on now, a rebound chance, and Marines' pressure in front was able to keep it from going in.
Yeah, that was great. Marines came out at the right time to kind of force her to go wide, kind of cut the angle off, even though she wasn't intent on playing the ball. The ball came really back in play fast. Sorry about that. It's going to be out of play.
That was almost kept in.
I think you're going to see a fast and furious finish here, as both these teams have been aggressive the whole game, and now it's no time to let up with 6.5 to go.
Good block by Gorham. Now Gorham taking it forward. Pass goes through. Nice pass through the defense. Now here they come. But Emma Bussino came over from the right side of the field across to keep it out of bounds.
Smart play again. Again, Gorham's just that one pass away there. They had a 2-on-1 situation, couldn't get the pass across.
What's crazy to think here is that TA might actually pull away with their second straight shutout win. If they can hold on.
They'd be involved in 3 games with a shutout.
Yeah.
They get shut out the first game and then maybe have 2 shutouts themselves. So.
But I don't hold much against them for that first game. We talked about earlier. Chevrolet, one of the
Juggernaut
probably the
right
best
now.
team in the state again.
Yeah.
And it's the first game of the season. You're always trying to figure out where your lineup is and how your team chemistry is. So it's obviously tough against a team like Chevrolet, who just even with the amount of seniors they lost last year, they had so many juniors and sophomores, a crucial part of that state championship team. So they're definitely the ones to beat. Pennell, a very long hit, and just too far, almost found its way to Cora Bolduc past midfield. And Gorham will now take it out. Here is number 9, Ella Downing. Downing, it got blocked by Augusto. But now here comes Cunningham. Cunningham on the close side of the field trying to cut inside. Good move by Cunningham. Pass finds Bickford. Bickford takes a shot, and Marines watches it as it goes out of bounds.
I mean, that's the story of their game right there, Gorham. How many times have we seen those shots just go wide of the post? You got to force the goalies to make saves. I mean, Marines has made a ton of them tonight, but you just got to keep that shot on target. There's been way too many of those chances here for Gorham tonight that just gone by the wayside. With just 4.5 to go now, time is really of the essence for the Rams.
Gorham forcing Pennell to continuously hit that ball way out of bounds. Gorham now really putting some pressure on and turning the momentum in this game. We're down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds now. Here comes Cunningham. Cunningham. It'll be hit out of bounds by Bussino. It'll be another chance for Gorham to get some offense going here as we hit the 4-minute mark left in the game.
Again, boys soccer tomorrow, 4:30. Broadcast here on TATV. Girls soccer Thursday, 6:30 p.m.
Both will be good games. I know the South Portland boys soccer team is good this year, and the girls are playing Falmouth, who always have a good soccer team. So
Absolutely. And then, of course, football Saturday against Oxford Hills, and we have a whole slate next week. We'll talk about those over the next few nights. We'll actually have a slide up, hopefully every game, showing you the next 3 or 4 broadcasts. So you can, I don't say set your DVR, but set your reminders. We're 3.5 minutes to go here, Zach. It's crunch time here for Gorham. Now, Gorham's definitely had all the possession since the timeout, but haven't been able to get any real decent shots off.
I think TA's priority has changed from trying to move the ball forward to just almost kind of sitting back and just taking their time to play defense. And they're doing a good job of it. I mean, Marines hasn't really had to make any, diving saves or go out of her way to make a big save yet. So, but Gorham is getting closer and closer. Some of those shots getting really close to the post. This one cleared away by Benoit. And now Gorham almost got inside.
Crucial violation there against the Rams.
That's a very long hit. Finds its way to Clements. But Gorham has it now. Kept down by Pratt. Pratt, nice move. And here comes Pratt for TA. Pratt with some speed entering the circle. Pratt looking for a chance. Tries to put a pass on.
She tried the backhand a couple times, and it was 0 for 2 on that one. I mean, she gets that pass off. There are 2 Thornton Academy Trojans, one kind of in the middle and one on the back post. So, again, a good idea by Pratt, just not the best execution on that play.
That pass all the way back to Pennell. And Pennell trying to create some space here between her and Cunningham. Here now is Eli with a long hit for the Trojans. Julia Eli has had a great game for the Trojans. Nice move there by Bussino to get by Cunningham. Now Bussino with some space. Tries a short pass, blocked down. Here comes Collier. Collier tries to put a long pass through, but Benoit blocks it again, and then again. But a free hit now for the Trojans. We are down to 90 seconds to go. TA still holding on to that lead. That one chipped up high in the air. It bounces a few times, missed the hit. Here comes Clements. Hebert has it now. Hebert missed that pass, tries to put another one inside. Gorham trying to clear it away. And they will get it to go out of bounds, but TA now has some time to...
Time to kill, and you can't let up a corner for your Gorham. That's going to kill at least half of your time left. So crucial for TA. Just get in the circle and see what happens at this point.
Hebert will move it out to the out-of-bounds line, and she's going to, I think, maybe decide to go backwards with it. She does. Tilton puts one inside. Gorham going to clear.
Nobody up forward, though, for the Rams.
Pennell blocked it, and now here comes Pennell. Pennell puts a long shot, and it got tipped in front. Clements trying a chance on it.
Gorham's got to hurry here. They have the possession, but 30 seconds. They got to get a lot of people forward here.
Bickford going to take it forward and carry it on her stick. That is completely legal, and she got it forward, and it'll be out of bounds. So unlucky there.
It's too far. That might do it here.
Down to 20 seconds, and Bussino has time to spare. She'll take it forward. She'll chip it through. Here comes Bickford. We're down to 10 seconds. Bickford's going to have to try something big. Bickford going to put it into space. 4,
Not gonna have enough
3,
time.
2, and it's just too far away. Thornton Academy with their second straight shutout win. This one 1-0 over the Gorham Rams. TA moves to 2-1 on the season, thanks to Ella Riley with that goal in the first quarter. Gorham falls, unfortunately, to 0-2, but, I mean, 2 great games for Gorham as well. 2 very low scoring. They've done a great job so far. But a good game overall from TA. And any other thoughts, Jeff?
No, I think it was a good win from the Trojans. Great goalkeeping on both sides. And, again, this game was 1-0. The only goal came in the first quarter, but it was entertaining all throughout.
Yep.
So hats off to everybody for a great night of field hockey. And glad to be back here at Hill Stadium for a great week. Very busy week for us, but we'll take it. You know, I mean, sports are back here at Thornton Academy.
Yeah, definitely a great game here. Again, we will be back tomorrow night for boys soccer. Tomorrow late afternoon. Boys soccer 4:30 versus South Portland. Well, thank you all for watching and joining us. We will see you all tomorrow night. Have a great night, everybody.